too much running away, so I don't want to do it. So, effortless means even though you will be pushed to be effortless. Effortless is a state. It's not non-exertion, it's effortless. You have to be balanced and maintain it. So therefore, how do we do effortless to be aware of equilibrium? What's the equilibrium? Here. He stand up, he doesn't move, it's his equilibrium. So therefore, put the weight on me. I'm supporting his equilibrium. That's wrong. You put the weight on me again, all the way you want. I support his equilibrium. First of all, you'll be able to just touch his equilibrium. Whenever he comes to you, you just maintain that. You touch his equilibrium, not his weight. Now, most people do when people put the weight on you, you put the weight back. That is worse. You go away, you fall down. So you touch your equilibrium first. When it becomes your second nature, move. Move back and forth and follow him first, right? Don't think of pushing him. Gradually, the effortless will become the same. Right? It will come to you. So in other words, to be aware of effortless, you cannot use exertion effort. So, our work is just simple. You start with effortless, you end with effortless. In between is your training. Effortless is your nature, your second nature. You do everything effortless anyway. You go to take up the sword, you go to tie your shoe, you go to shake hands with people, you want to drive your car, it's effortless. You use no effort. Using effort is only probably the training, the learning. You learn how to drive a car, right? You bring a lot of attention, a lot of effort. But when you learn how to drive a car, you're effortless. So now the trick is, you know how it is like to feel effortless. That's the whole concept of Taiji. You feel effortless. And then you would do the same when you're doing to be effortless. So therefore you cannot exert yourself. So I said, do Taiji right here. You be effortless. You raise your arm with effortless. You cannot raise your arm. You use effort. Now, you may use an effort from years, you will become effortless. But might as well to the very beginning, become effortless. It's harder when you encounter with people. You grab my hand tight, I become effortless. That is, doesn't have to learn, but have used effort, then I have to learn. To fight with him to learn, you know, you become effortless. Okay. The next time you move, it has to be effortless. Now you cultivate this effortlessness is working with chi. Your chi is always effortless. And you get to the point, right? You shake hands with him, is that an effort? Not like that. Nobody like this. Right? You get well. So the fighter is a very beginning. My hand tight, I said, I didn't have to have but I do anything, it's also effortless. So the effortless is your nature, so therefore, to practice the nature, we call it Shinten, is pre-model, or pre-heaven, we call it. So your Tai Chi Chuan, when you do it with effortless, to do it is Shinten practice. There's something called, pre-birth practice, whatever, you just maintain balance, effort. The second is Hao-Ting, is after birth, is called post-model. After you're born, you learn, right? So you learn this, you learn. Nobody moves like that in nature. I mean, and even monkey don't move like that. That is that you learn. They thought that is a much more appropriate, better, for certain, whatever, it is. So use the knowledge of Chinese traditional medicine, the radiance, the qi, and so forth, the joint, and anatomy, how about bed angle, and so forth. It's after birth. You learn it. So therefore, the pre-birth, the spontaneous, the natural, how you put into your later learning, that will be a system of any internal martial arts. So that to be lazy, to be tricky, if you remember the essence of it. The essence, you want to be effortless, right? So you do everything very good so you can be effortless. So that you might want to do everything in the beginning, learning is effortless. So therefore the Tai Chi will only tell you, do not exert yourself, do not use force. But then he did not explain to you why, right? You do not use force, you cannot do that. How can you pull this guy, you do not use force? You cannot do that, you don't use force. So therefore when you practice, you do not use force. But when you go to push somebody, wait till he's dead, he's going to push him. That is exactly not what you mean. So you should be exactly the same thing. You do not use force. You do not use force. Right? So do not use force means that you want to attain that effortless state in every single situation. So it's not hard to be balanced. It's your nature, right? You stand up, nobody fall. But stand on this ground, you can apply your nature. But you stand on the tightrope, I think you fall down right away. You stand on the pedal beam because you do not used to it. You are not put in that situation. But therefore, training, you take a tightrope, you keep on coming down, you're falling down, coming down, falling down, until one time you stand up the tightrope as if you stand on the ground. That's your second nature, then you'll be able to walk up. So the training, do not confuse. Using effort is not the end, it's the means. So you learn the set, you learn the breathing, it's just a means, how you go to the end. The end is to be effortless. The tricky thing is, you're already effortless. You know what effortless is like. You know effortless feel. Can you not, if somebody tell you, put the effortless program into what you do? I just succeeded one minute. I'm going to tell a lot of the workshop and tell people, you can experience effortless immediately. You stand right here. You do not force me. Let me put all the weight on you, right? You don't have to put it back. Do you use any effort to support my weight? Nobody have. How do you put all the weight on me? I cannot. I move a little bit. I move the comfortable plate. I don't use any effort. I change a little bit, right? I move you now. So, to be effortless. So therefore, I approach it. I also have to be effortless. I cannot, like this. I guarantee it doesn't work, You cannot work and fight with me, You can fight with me, but you are never effortless. It's better total. So effortlessness is your nature. So how do you input this nature into it? It's a Taiji. So you find a lot of effort, and you go to stand here, I tell you to stand like that, so forget about that. Because I used to people stand 5 minutes and 5 minutes. That I cannot say to be effortless. You're using a lot of effort, you're shaking everything. I said just stand here long enough till you can stand for an hour without any effort. Then your heart begins to rise, and you can put that as long as you want. So gradually you become effortless. Right? You can test it, it works. So you let somebody put the weight on me first. Don't push me, you put the weight on me. Right? So I become, I don't do much effort. I'm going to stand long enough. Now you can push me now. Then I can also, very comfortable. Because my hand cannot do it. So therefore, you become effortless is the key. But you just put it in the situation. So when you do Taiji Chuan, you hold a posture. That's why I tell you to do the hold for an hour. That is not really posture, it's the hold an hour. It's to experience the effortlessness. Then you put the hand, wait for a few seconds. And wait for a few seconds. So gradually, you're all up here and here is an infinite number of postures. Now you're meditation. So you're experiencing effortlessness in infinitude. So gradually your body your body actually know already how to be effortless, you already know. But somebody always say, how can I learn to be effortless? That is the problem. You cannot learn to be effortless because you already know how effortless is like. Right? So you want to get back that effortless state. We are frightened. If people come and running toward you, you cannot be effortless, you will, especially charging you. So you do a little training, a little thing, so therefore you come toward me, right? I become, so my job is just GPS. If I can, I walk back a little bit, so I'm going to develop training like this. So things like this, come over here, I just maintain to be effortless. But it looks like I use a lot of effort, but the fact is I just bring forth this effortless into this situation. Some way is throwing at you at probably 120 pounds, not 120. So you maintain your body so you stand like a scale. You put the scale in it right and take on the, the wake up a little bit. And, that can be trained. You do not look at the technique. The technique will be like this. Like this, right? So actually I'm pushing it, you put the weight on me, I just want to be balanced. See I move? I need to, right? Then I can use it as a press, and I can use a push, and like this, So gradually what I do is bring forth this effortlessness into your practice. You start with which one set first. So that's why I wanted you to be able to do half an hour or 45 minutes effortlessly. So therefore, it's not how to learn the form. The form is easy. You learn that to be effortless. You just recognize how it's done. It's just mainly, like